Henry, new rules for grading teachers and school administrators and rules for giving teachers tenure, all now law.
So how will they be graded, and what's happening with that process now? 24-hour News 8's Tony Tagliavia is looking into those questions. He joins us in studio. Tony?
Sue and Rick, teachers and some administrators will now be graded. Teachers will need 3 consecutive years of being graded as effective or better to get tenure. A teacher with 3 ineffective ratings in a row would be removed, and teachers can't be bumped out of a job by tenure alone. The committee that will set the standards for how teachers are graded could meet within weeks.
If you look at our educational system, it is broken. We have wonderful people in the system. We have great teachers. We have people that are passionate about educating our young people. But we truly need a system that is focused on the kids, to say the kids come first and foremost.
Governor Rick Snyder says experts will be put in charge of setting up the grading standards for teachers. The governor, the state House Speaker, and the state Senate Majority Leader will appoint committee members. The state school superintendent could serve or appoint someone to serve on his behalf.
And by April 2012, we've given that 6 months to put together those recommendations. That recommendation will then come back to the legislature for final approval.
If that moves swiftly, new grading rules could be in place by next fall. Individual districts could set up their own grading systems as long as they fall within the guidelines put together by the committee.
Well, what I'm hoping is that we'll be able to inform what our practice will be locally. Certainly, we would have to take into consideration any direction that we get from the State Department of Education or from the governor's office. I think that we're going to embark upon a broad-based conversation with all stakeholders that will look at how, in fact, we are going to come up with our effectiveness variables.
Grand Rapids Superintendent Bernard Taylor says lawmakers and the governor should be commended for making changes he calls an opportunity. But critics have said they're worried teachers could be fired for political reasons and veteran teachers could be fired because they're too expensive. Can you give teachers any reassurances that those things won't happen?
Well, again, this is tenure reform. And so there still is tenure, and there still is a system, and we have other practices that actually deal with a lot of those concerns and questions.
The governor says safeguards do remain to make sure teachers are not removed arbitrarily. We will keep you posted on what happens with this committee that's looking at those grading rules. Rick?